Okay, so it's the first week of January. The sun is shining, it's bitterly cold. What I've got here is the old rockery. I've got to tidy up. Just want to show what it's like almost like a before and after shot. You can see quite a few weeds in there, a few old pots that were left behind from the previous owner. Yep, and then some really nice plants that seem to have gone a little bit crazy, so I have to sort of chop some of those back and make that a nice huge laurel on the left hand side of the patio, so again that needs trimming back. And then done a little bit of work on this bed already, just chopping back the creeping ivy, digging it over, and all the compost. And that's my left hand boundary, so there is a hedge there. I'm trying to improve that, maybe put some nice shrubs just to get a little bit more privacy. And then I come round to the main part of the lawn. Now the lawn's in a bit of a state, lots of moss, more moss than there is grass. And then the right hand side of the garden, some nice conifers, which again taken back a little bit at the bottom. Still needs sorting out, trimming there. Compost bin that I bought from my last property, just for now, for the food waste. You see, it just goes on and on. So here's a nice little inlet we have the trampoline, and then the netball post obviously. And what my daughters call the tree of glory. When we arrived, it had some lovely blossom on. Strangely arrived at the first week of December. That's a lovely tree. And as we go down the garden, this is the area that I videoed my work when I tried to trim it back. And you can see the sort of ivy, the creeping ivy there. It's very, very tough, very hard to get out, quite hard work, but the trimmer did an amazing job. So that's the beginnings of what I hope will be a circular bed around these shrubs here. And you can see sun shining on that trampoline. And then you've got another rockery here, a lot of hypericums all over the garden. I don't know whether they've spread or they were planted, and lots of laurel. And this area here, it's a rockery, needs tidying up, like everything. And this is what we're going to have, our fire pit, and I'm going to have a nice area there for a nice cup of coffee, or maybe a glass of wine in the evening, gin and tonic area. And you can see there's a patio there originally that needs sorting out. A nice bit of laurel behind that covers. And then this is the back of where the circular bed is going to be. You can see the start of the path. It's going to go round towards the back. That's going to be a nice circular bed. So already quite far away from the house. Tree of glory. That's just the first half of the garden. It goes on and on. And here we go, a nice buddleia here. And I've done a bit of cutting back of these huge conifers, the bottoms of them at least, just to give us a bit of space. And we've got some huge bit of shrubs there again that needs sorting out. Lots of work there. And this area, hopefully, if I find out where the sun's going to be in the spring and summer, it's going to be the veggie patch. And we've got the greenhouse tucked away there, which isn't in bad nick. It needs a couple of bits of glass, and needs obviously chopping back all the stuff around it, the brambles. This is one of my favourite bits coming up, kind of woodland area. Got these huge trees back of the garden. So fantastic, so much wildlife. We had a woodpecker earlier on, and then got the leaf mould area, shed. Got all this material that I've chopped back. I'm going to have to get that into some sort of wood chipper. It's massive, there's a huge amount of space. And hopefully in this area at the back there's going to be a wildlife pond and some kind of woodland features. Going to have some nice ferns in here, some lovely woodland plants. Lots of debris left over than previous owners. I'm trying to sort through with my cycle. And then here, the engine of the garden, the compost. Already you can see just the ivy and all that I took back. That was just this morning's work, just clearing that small area. And I've got these compost bays, which are brilliant, built in already. And I sort of tidy this area up. And this is going to be a real fantastic addition, because I'll be able to make my own compost from all the food waste and all the weeds and all the wood chippings that come along. So there you go, that's where we are, week 1 in January. A lot of work to do, a lot of opportunity. Fantastic, look at that. This is what I like this bit so much, because you come out of the woodland and there it goes. The house just sort of reveals itself. There we go. So I'll do another one of these in each month, see how we're getting on.